Alrighty guys, so this is the voiceover for the workout. I'm going to walk you guys through it. First off, we're going to start with some band pull-aparts. As you can see, I just kind of wrap it around. It's kind of like a 360 degree that I like to do as I'm pulling it apart. You can use a resistance band, you can use a stretchy band, whatever works for you, whatever your gym has. After that, you move on to the rotator cuff warm-ups. You start with them going outwards, and then as you can see, put my elbows straight next to my body and just kind of move them back and forth. Helps to warm up your shoulders to avoid any injury. You always want to do some sort of warm-up, and these are just the best ones that I've found for shoulder day. So the first movement was a dumbbell shoulder press, and what you want to focus on here is just your elbow positioning. You want to keep your back tight. You want to keep your shoulder blades pressed up against the pad. Keep your core tight. You don't want your huge gap between your back and the bench. A small gap is okay. But as far as your elbows here, just make sure they're slightly in front of your body and avoid locking out at the top. So you want to go almost to the very top, and boom, there we go. So next up is dumbbell lateral raises. For these, I've seen all kinds of craziness with these. Honestly, the biggest tip that I can give you is instead of focusing on driving the weight up, focus on driving the weight out, and you're going to get a much better contraction. And you're going to be doing this properly. You can have a little bend in your arm. You can keep them straight, whatever's the most comfortable for you. But just focus on pushing out. It's going to help you a lot. Dumbbell front raises. I like to do these single arm. You can also do the lateral raises single arm. I don't know. I just like these front raises single arm for whatever reason. So you're going to go ahead and do these. And you don't want to go up too high. You see where I'm stopping? I'm stopping right when I get to shoulder height, basically. Again, I see some people go way too high on these, and there's absolutely no need. After that, moved on to some Arnold press, and this is another movement. I see a lot of people kind of do this into two movements. So they'll kind of stop right there, and then they'll stop right there, and then they'll push it up and do like a normal shoulder press halfway through. You want to keep this one fluid motion. As you can see, I'm not stopping. We're not going. It's one fluid motion when you do this workout, this exercise, guys. You don't want to be turning it into a outward rotation into a shoulder press. This is an Arnold press, so just try your best to do one continuous motion. If you have to drop the weight, drop the weight. Next up, we're going to move on to our rear delts. This is a chest supported dumbbell rear delt fly. So you can see my hand positioning is just normal up and down. And again, same thing here, just drive the weight outwards and really focus on getting a squeeze in your rear delt. You should feel like a slight pinch back there when you come back far enough. And this is just a second variation with a bent elbow. If you feel this better than the straight arm, then do this. But you don't really want to do both versions. I put them in here so that you can pick one or the other depending what you like better. But just focus on driving those elbows back. You're going to feel it really, really well. And we're going to finish the workout off with some seated dumbbell shrugs. I just use 50 pounds on these. We're going to get my traps bigger again. Honestly, traps are just one of those things that I've kind of put on the back burner and neglected for a while. So time to get the traps back moving. And I just like these seated because it takes away any momentum that you could get if you were standing. So I hope you guys like this workout. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you guys in a second.